There we go. It's a new kingdom that I totally didn't give away before this. So we're going to continue. If it looks like and sounds like it's been a few days since I've played this, it's because it was. I actually got sick right after the first recording session that I played a couple hours of this. And you know what's really good about being sick, not that being sick is ever good, but it does allow you some time away from work, at least for me, who is a professional. And I have things like time off. Not everybody has time off, so I'm very fortunate in that, which I forgot to actually set. You know, I logged into my work computer today to put in some stuff that was due tomorrow, some HR stuff, and I meant to go in and say, "Oh, I'm out yesterday and today," and totally forgot about that. But that's okay because these things happen. But it allowed me enough time to level up. So I spent the last few days, you know, on and off, you know, an hour here and there. As I had time, I leveled up, and I woke up today feeling a little bit better, but still not quite good enough to go into work. I woke up and I said, you know what, let's do a couple of recordings. Let's see what we can get done. And then I realized I had like 10,000 gold because I wasn't paying attention. I was just gaining levels and money and just saving. And so I probably spent maybe a good 4 or 5 hours of game time leveling up, and that gave me money. And there's some more money. So we're taking our ship back to Elfland, I think it's called. That sounds right. And we're going to get the best weapons in the beginning of the game. Because if we have 10,000, both of our fighters can actually get a silver sword. And silver swords, oh my gosh, going from a wooden axe or whatever this is, iron hammer, to a silver, it's night and day. It's like, it's crazy. Those, since I've been playing, I'm learning about like just about how much HP each of these things have. An ogre's about 100, I think. And a creep is about 60, I think. It could be 40, I don't know. I remember it was a nice, they're all like nice round numbers. Like an imp is like 8 and a gray imp is 16, that kind of stuff. Which shout out to video number 1 in this series where I point that out. Maybe that's video number 2 now that I think about it. Okay, we're gonna buy some, we're going shopping. I think I have like 10,000. Yeah, I have like 10,000. And I think each of the swords are like 4,000. Yeah, so these silver swords are so expensive, but they represent a huge difference in power. So we're going to give one to Ledigo, and we're going to give one to Ruddy. And I think that's all we need. The only problem is I don't know who can take each of those other things. Actually, you know what I should do is get better armor. All right, let's try this out. So we're gonna go from, we'll see, damage 2231, damage 2231 to, what did I say? 2231? I already forgot. 3646. Hold on. 3646. Yeah, big jump. So anyways, that's a, you know, that's quite a jump. And I recall like when I was a kid grinding levels because we didn't know like how to play the game. And I said, oh, that's expensive. It must be really good. And by the time we got it, we were a pretty high level and higher than I am now. And it made a huge difference. You know, going from like hitting once to getting multi hits. So there's a whole thing where you can get multi hits now once you get to a certain height. So iron armor, I'm trying to remember, can the mages use copper rings? I think they can. Let me see here. We're gonna give one to Alex. we're going to check the status of Alex. Alex is absorb 3. I can't do. By the way, here's something I can't do. I can't do a 3 on my hand. My hand is made such that I can't do this without forcing my other fingers. Like if I try, and this has been a tough thing when I'm trying to teach my kid about 1, 2. It's taken everything out of me to push this up, but if I hold but it feels weird. Why am I digressing? Absorb 3, evade 54. Absorb 3, 54. Absorb 6, 55. Okay, so that's like double the armor. Now let's see, can the black mage use this? They can. Okay, cool. Now how these work, I have no idea. But definitely we need to protect our mages. And we're gonna sell the cloth for half. It's always like half. And you gotta be careful because like you'll be able to sell something even if it's equipped. They like rip it right off of the person. And you can tell I'm type 1 because I like everything in the right place. There we go. Okay. Oh, he got a cap. Oh yeah, I think during one of my things I got a cap from a chest. I didn't record it. I wasn't recording, which I should have. What are these guys? These guys are absorb 20. Goodness gracious me. I know there's other things in here. I just don't know who can use what. That's a helmet, I believe. But it's funny because like when I was a kid, I'm like, what is that? It's like a person making like a duck hand, you know? It's like how much is left? Like 900. Oh gosh. I guess we can try out. Oh, you know what we do need? We do need one of the things we don't have an answer for yet is poison. And oh gosh, I had to buy so many pures while I was leveling up. Let's get like a few more because man, it was tough. It was very tough. The only thing right now that scares me is getting stoned right now, like getting the stone status because they are. Well, I don't have an answer for that. Like if I get stoned, I have to get enough money and then buy a soft from there because they're very expensive. Oh, it's 1500. That's the only problem with these. I definitely want all of these. Heal is nice, but eventually you get an item that casts heal like automatically, and a fire is going to be extremely useful pretty soon actually. So I had this dream last night, and when you're sick and you're all medicined up and you have crazy dreams, I had this dream where like everyone worked at the same place. Okay, here comes a silver sword. Silver sword. Bam, 75, 2 hits. 2 hits, 116. Look at that. We went from doing like 20 to 40 damage to 70 and 100 damage. And now going back to my dream, I had this dream where everyone worked at the same place. So like my brother was there for some reason. It was weird. I had my own office, which is not a thing. I work in a cubicle at work. And HR came in and we're basically like, everyone has to get let go. It was a very scary kind of thing because that's one of my fears is getting like let go. Yeah, they let like everyone go. Like my brother was there and all I could think about is, oh no, my brother. And I like, what I did is I just like, I didn't believe it at first. So I just packed everything up like I usually do and I left. And then I went into the parking lot, which was a lot smaller parking lot for how many people were working there. And it wasn't like a parking garage like I have at work. Oh gosh, I don't like arachnids. I don't want to get poisoned. It costs money to get poisoned. Ah, he got poisoned. What was I saying? And I found my brother and I just, you know, I was like, are you okay? You know, and, you know, we talked a bit and that kind of thing. And that's really what my dream was. It made me think of something that I had to say at work. And I did like, so I have a work laptop and I logged in and it reminded me to put something into like my goals or my performance review for this year. So I wrote that down while I did that. Yeah, you can see like if you can get silver swords early, it will make this beginning part a lot easier. Because the next thing we got to do is we got to go to this castle. We're just trying to get some money so that we can buy like maybe 1 or 2. So if I can get at least 3,000 gold, I can get a couple of spells. You know, like something that can at least hit everything. Because right now, all of our spells are kind of like single hit. You know, in later Final Fantasies, you can hit like L or R to like make your spell go to all enemies. And you can't do that in this one. But in the Super Nintendo games, you can. That's something that I miss about something that I would like to have in this game. I think maybe in the remake versions. One of these days I'll do like a comparison maybe after this series is over, because I'm pretty sure I have Final Fantasy 1 on like a later, like on a PlayStation or something like that. But I think the PlayStation that it's on currently is been turned into like our Blu-ray player. Because it's actually a really decent Blu-ray player, and my wife uses that quite a. Oh no, I'm out of ice. Still useful, you know, but just in use in a different fashion, not for gaming, which is kind of sad, but also at least, you know, I don't like throwing things away, and I like using things until it breaks and I can't easily fix it, which is something kind of you learn as you get older, like what. Especially when you're married, or you're in a relationship, like what your partner can stand. And sometimes you have to kind of move your goalpost a little bit. Like normally I wouldn't replace thing until it like is falling apart and it doesn't work or something like that. But right now, like our TV is acting up. And most of the time I'm just like, oh, this is fine. You just go into the settings, reestablish network, and then it's fine. But for her, that's like not a good answer. And now I'm like, oh, I should probably start looking into getting a new TV. But yeah, that's life though. That's life. You learn what people can stand, and I say this with the caveat, you know, we do have the money to replace it. I was just holding off for like a better deal, but if what we have isn't working for us and causing frustration, that's just gonna come out in other ways. Something else that happened while I was sick, and hopefully this wasn't a thing. I'm working on upgrading the sound here. The mic that I have right now is very old. It's like 20 years old, but it's running through like an XLR. What do you call those things? An audio interface, and it turns into USB, and then that goes into the computer. But it's very old. Like, I'm surprised this still works. I used to use this out in the field, and you know, it's got, who knows, right? I'm like, that's probably the next thing I need to replace, just because, you know, it'd be nice to be able to have like decent sound quality for these things. And I was considering upgrading my PC, but then I thought about it and I'm like, you know what? Like when I export a video, like one of these YouTube videos, it really doesn't take that long. It takes like 5 minutes for like a half-hour video. You know, it doesn't take very long. So I think what I need to do is upgrade the audio, because like, so the video, I have a decent webcam. It does 1080p 60. Maybe one day I'll up the resolution of these recordings. It's just spaces now. Maybe I'll wait for a space upgrade before I do that. So we'll see. We shall see. We are on this journey. Not that I know exactly what I'm doing, just sort of going at it piece by piece. You know, it's okay not to have the best stuff right away. You don't need the best stuff to start, right? Because you don't know if you're going to be viable, like as a content creator. I'm not viable as a content creator. Just use what you have and then slowly upgrade over time is my recommendation. But because if you spend a bunch of money in the first but then you don't know, or you don't make it, then you're just in debt. You're just putting yourself in debt. What do I got? Lightning, fire. I can't remember what snakes hate more. Is it fire? Oh gosh, please don't poison. I don't like the snakes and the spiders that give you poison. They're just more annoying than everything, because every time you get poisoned, that's like 75 gold. And he doesn't even give you enough gold to pay for one. Boom, boom, boom. I think we can get one thing. Let me see what's available here. A fire 2, that might be nice. Yeah, let's get that. Yes. Okay, let's go exploring now. We're going to see if I can make it to Astos's castle. I'm sorry, the mysterious castle up north that somebody was talking about before. I think I just gave away something. Maybe I'll cut this out of the video. If I cut it out, or if I forget to cut it out, let me know in the comments. Speaking of which, thank you so much everybody who comments, who likes this video. I plan on doing this until I can't, so hopefully we can get through the whole game in under 200 episodes. I feel like I'm going really slowly though. I may put it down over time, you know what I mean? Like I may take breaks and do other games as they come out. Recently I did like a Mega Man X, and I did a Neva video and a Balatro video, that sort of things. Like that may be sprinkled in, but I think I'm recording enough to do at least one of these videos every week, maybe every 2 weeks, I don't know. I haven't decided. It depends on the kind of reception that I get on this video. So if you like it, subscribe and tell me I want to watch more of this. It really helps. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Ah, I wish these wolves will let me alone. Leave me alone, wolves. There's a Bullwinkle reference with wolves, where he's like, cutting, picking wolves, cutting, picking, fencing wolves, because they were getting attacked by wolves, and then I guess they made a fence or something like that, and then the wolves learned to like fence, like fencing, and they said cotton picking fencing wolves. It was always very funny to me as a kid. There we go. It's a new kingdom that I totally didn't give away before this. We're gonna search this castle. We're gonna see if these people need help too, because Elfland definitely needs help. Although it kind of tells you like, wow, these two kingdoms are really close to each other. I hope they're friendly. All right. Oh, there's bats. Kiki. You talk to this guy. Astos double-crossed us. Go south to the Cave of Marsh to retrieve the crown. Then bring it directly back to me. I'll be sure to do that, strange, mysterious person who's obviously not evil. Is there something around here? I seem to recall, like, that there were, like, invisible people? Am I remembering that incorrectly? Probably. Oh, this needs the mystic key. Oh well. Well, it looks like this place is abandoned. Well, that was very sus. Oh, I got fire too. I forgot about that. Let's try it out. Yeah. Oh, very nice. Fire 2 is a big jump.